5 important facts about Shell Helix. 1. Shell Helix is the world's first carbon-neutral motor oil made from natural gas.
2. Shell Helix protects your engine, even in the most extreme temperatures.
3. Shell Helix improves fuel efficiency and helps reduce emissions.
4. It's designed to provide ultimate engine performance without compromise.
And 5. Shell Helix is the only motor oil used, trusted and recommended by Scuderia Ferrari.
And you can use it in your car too. Incredible.
All right, good evening everyone. Jong Uy here and welcome to the Purple Sector. And we're going to talk tonight the 2023 F1 Australian Grand Prix. With me right now is the usual suspects, Yamboy and Myles. So I guess they're ready to talk about this. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, Yamboy, baka ikaw, you want to describe this race in your own words.
Actually, it's more on the chaos side. Siyempre, pero before anything else, I would like to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Purple Sector. Here, now we are going to discuss the Australian Grand Prix. Maraming nangyari. Itakal natin mamaya kung tama ba yung mga decisions nila, and yun, very excited for tonight. Myles!
Alright, Myles?
Good evening, Yam. Good evening, Jong. Welcome to the Purple Sector. Once again, we are live in Facebook and in YouTube. And just like what Yamboy said, we're going to discuss the chaotic Australian Grand Prix. So let's start it off.
And who would expect that it was really like that, no? So I thought it was just, this is it. I think tapos na, but marami palang nangyari. Anyway, so let's start with the qualifying session. Yam, take it away with the Yam analysis.
Yes, but before anything else, I would like to greet the guys from HQ.
Oh yes,
they had
yes,
this. They had this live viewing last Sunday, the first ever here in Davao. It was very successful. A lot of cheers from F1 girls fans. Kaya
congratulations, HQ.
Congratulations, Liam and HQ. And they said more to come daw. So
yeah,
abangan natin yan.
Looking forward for the next race, right?
Yes. Now, let's discuss the Formula One Rolex Grand Prix, Rolex Australian Grand Prix. So before the race began, it was, I think, Wednesday, the race week of Wednesday, they announced that they are gonna widen the grid box. So the original grid box was here, and since sila Ocon and Mano Alonso, they failed to follow the white line, so FIA decided to widen the grid box. So anyway, mamaya may controversy din about that grid box. Anyway, let's continue. For qualifying, Q1 pa lang, Checo my boy, nag-beach na. Sayang.
Yeah.
There was sinisisi niya yung front locking niya and yung steering niya, kasi come turn 3 nahihirapan talaga siya, kaya yan ang nangyari sa kanya. The wheels just keep on turning, wala nang atrasan nito, so he was not able to make it to qualify for Q3, Q2 and Q1. So too bad for Red Bull. Kita natin dito naka-red flag. And then hindi lang siya ang nag-beach, pati itong McLaren ni Lando Norris, dumaan din sa, actually, the same spot. Mm, Nahihirapan sila sa turn 3. Adjustment siguro ng aerodynamics or brakes. Kaya ganito ang nangyari. So, Q3, ito. Russell and Hamilton, nasa 2 and 3 na. Mercedes was showing, Mercedes was showing their, dito
Signs
their
of life.
improvement dito sa,
Signs of life ba? It's too early in the season,
and
but yeah.
hindi lang yan we have a lot of new, we have two newcomers here, no? We have Alex Albon on the top 10 and the Hulk on the top 10 din.
The Hulk,
and,
Gasly.
Gasly
was
yes.
Yeah, meron ako
So
dagdag
that's
sa qualifying.
Sige, go.
Sige,
Miles.
Okay, I'd just like to share this one. Ayan. Okay, if you could see, Esteban Ocon nearly made it. The Alpine of Esteban Ocon nearly made it. Tingnan nyo yung time difference lang nyo. Kaya siya na
Oh, yeah.
knockout.
Yeah.
Yes. That's 7 thousandths of a second, di ba? So, sayang si Teban, pero we'll talk more about Teban later and the pink guys, di ba?
Marami ding nangyari kay Teban. Yam.
Yes.
Yeah. Yam, before we proceed. Saglit. Okay, good evening, Carl Conrad Calora. Yes, Tifosi Brothers, PH. Good evening, Eloisa. Good evening, Alexander Ray Bao. Good evening. And we miss him a lot, Andrew Mira. Welcome to the show. Yes, good evening, Jan Andrew. And of course, Joshua Kadukoy. Good evening sa inyo. Welcome to the show. And we have a lot to discuss. So, Yam, let's go back to the qualifying.
All right. So, sabi nga ni Jong, the two Mercedes here are showing signs of life.
Yeah.
First part pa lang, nag-top 3 na kagad itong dalawa. So, here's the results for the qualifying results. So, Q1 eliminated Piastri, Joe, Sargent, Bottas, and Perez. Of course, no time. Q2 eliminated is Ocon. Sabi nga ni Myles kanina, yan lang yung difference para makapasok sana siya sa top 10.
Yes.
And then Tsunoda, Norris, Magnussen, and De Vries. And here's your top 10 for the qualifying. Ayan. Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Alonso, Sainz, Stroll, Leclerc, Albon. On a Williams, Gasly, and Hulkenberg on a Haas. All right, let's go to the race proper. So this one
before saka muna. I would just like to point out during the qualifying and the free practice sessions and the qualifying sessions, all were done during wet conditions. Actually, the qualifying sessions, hindi na siya wet, semi-wet anyway. But then the free practice sessions that happened before the qualifying, all were done on umuulan sa Melbourne that time in Australia. So that was the first time this season na makita natin the 2023 cars running on intermediates and wets. So unang sulyap sa atin yan on a wet race. What will happen o anong performance ng cars on a wet race. So yun yung Pero yun na nga, everybody was waiting for it to rain again somehow, just to lagyan ng spice ang Australian Grand Prix. Pero hindi tayo binigo, ibang spice ang binigay sa atin.
Ibang spice ang binigay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you naman.
Okay. So let's go to the race proper. All right. Lights out and away they go. This one, very poor start from Max Verstappen. Um, naka buwelo kaagad si Russell, ang ganda ng reaction niya dito. So, pagdating dito, Max Verstappen, he tried to block off uh, George Russell, and we see here in the background, it's Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas who started on the pit lane kasi since si Sergio Perez last na siya, so they decided to change something from the setup of his car, parang sa engine yata, and also Valtteri Bottas. So that's their penalty, start from the pit lane, and then come first turn, eto na, makikita natin, nauna na si George Russell. And here is Lewis Hamilton. Next to him is Manong Alonso here. And this one is Carlos Sainz, Stroll, and Charles Leclerc. Pagtingin nyo dito, tingnan niyo, George nauuna na, pero at this point, Max was suffering from a lot of wheel spin, and yung sa steering din niya, medyo, yung onboard niya, medyo gumalaw pa nga yung manibela niya. Kaya makikita natin dito, parang dinedelay pa niya itong nasa likuran niya.
Yeah.
Another angle here. Yeah, another angle here. Makikita ninyo, eto na si George Russell dito. Ayan si Max dyan. Parang dinidelay pa niya dito kasi nasa gitna na siya. Para ba siyang yung nakakainis na driver sa highway na he's not on his right lane ba? He's in between. So parang
Do you think mabilis si George?
Mabilis talaga si George. Etong si Max dito, hindi pa niya, pangit ang start talaga niya, pangit lahat. I think because of cold tires or I don't know. Mabilis lang talaga si George dito. So eto na, nauna si George. Sa sobrang bagal niya dito, nakasingit pa si Lewis dito ito pa isang angle dito. Nakuha pa niya dito. So, nakuha ni Lewis yung inner lane. Nagreklamo pa nga si Max na he was pushed out of the, off of the racetrack. Pero, wala Max, racing incident talaga yon. But here, makikita natin, magbabago na dito ang kapalaran ni Charles Leclerc. So, ibalik ko lang ng isang frame ha. Dito kasi nagkaroon ng problema. Dito, he was anticipating na Lance Stroll would go to the right side para itong si Manong Alonso makapuelo dito. Pero hindi, kasi nga, mabagal una dito si Max. Kaya medyo naipit si Manong Alonso dito. So si Stroll, instead of transferring here, na-lock siya dito. Kaya si Charles, dire-diretso dun sa left front tire ni Stroll. And they made contact. They made contact here. And ito na, tifosis were really down during this time. Yeah. Alam natin na pag ganyan kasi yung angulo, it's a spin, sigurado tayo dyan na yung gulong niyan will be parang nakabaon na talaga dito sa beach. Kaya mahihirapan na siyang mai-save yung car niya. So,
and bring back
this is the
car to the race. Yeah.
Tulad ng sabi ni mention mo yung angle ni Charles Leclerc. Once na ganyan na itsura ng sasakyan mo, wala ka nang magawa. Pasahero ka na lang talaga.
Yeah.
Wala ka nang reaction yan, wala ka nang control. So, yung nga sabi mo,
so here is
nakaluha ang mga tiposi. Kaibigan nating tiposi.
Yeah, I was watching live doon sa watch party. Ay, talagang you can feel their yung disappointment kung bakit ganun ang nangyari. So dito, another angle, this one is Alonso, this one is Stroll, and eto na nga si Charles, no? So Ayan, pagdating niya dito, na usod na siya dito ni Stroll, parang tumama pa yata siya kay Alonso on this side. Tapos yun na, spin na siya. Sayang.
I think he came in the
Well,
wrong angle. No? Medyo wrong
ah,
angle yung racing
because
line ni Charles.
yeah, because he said he was anticipating that Lance will be on the right side. He will take the inner kasi nga si Alonso, balik natin dito sa kabila ha. Kasi nga si Alonso is here, so kumbaga nandito pa yan sila. Maluwang dito, so at this point pa lang dito, he was anticipating na si Stroll would take this side here.
Yeah, okay.
Kasi yun daw ang gagawin ni Charles kung sa kanya yun. Pero yung problem is early braking si Alonso, hindi na naka right turn itong si Stroll, kaya naipit siya dito. So too bad, sayang. Yan ang umpisa ng excitement dito sa Australian Grand Prix. Ayan, dito we can see this is George. Ito na si Max. Sabi niya na push daw siya ni Lewis palabas pero I doubt hindi yun ang nangyari. Pero at least dito the two gave each other space. So doon pa lang I think we are really proud dito sa dalawang arch nemesis na ito na parang at least nag-iwasan naman sila, hindi nila sinira yung isa't isa nilang mga karera. Kaya okay naman. So after turn 3, nauna na si Lewis Hamilton. This is George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, and Max Verstappen. Yan, kita natin, nauna na. Then, while he was having the time of his life,
Alex
pace
Albon.
was good. Alex Albon. Then suddenly, there was a problem daw with the pressure of his tire. Na biglang talagang parang nag-slide na lang kaagad.
Duracell.
Oh. Bigla na lang tumula. Sayang talaga ito. And the first car he nearly got in contact with is itong si Gasly. Talagang siyempre umuusok pa yan, di ba? When you saw the race, nagtaka tayo bakit si Gasly papunta sa right bigla. Yun pala yung puwet nitong kotse ni Albon nasa karera na. Now, first they yellow flagged it and then after that nag-red flag sila. Pero before that, since it's yellow flag, Mercedes and Ferrari decided na to pit Russell for Mercedes and Ferrari naman si Carlos Sainz. They decided na, sige, mag-pit na tayo habang safety car pa. At least, konti lang ang delay paglabas natin and isa pa, para i-prolong na natin itong karera ninyo. However, after they left the pit, it was red flag. So, bad news na kaagad ngayon dun sa mga nag-pit during the yellow flag. Red flag na kasi because of the debris here on the racetrack. And then this is mention mo kanina, Jong, this is a street circuit, di ba?
Yep.
And a lot of people are watching. So they don't want flying debris going to the audience, flying debris going to the marshals, and of course punctured tires and bigger accidents. So
Yeah, tsaka hindi lang.
the red flag.
Yeah. The reason also for the red flag is because it's a street circuit. Wala masyadong runoff. Wala masyadong pwede ligpitin yung kotse. So they have to pull that car in a crane talaga, labas talaga sa racetrack. So just remember, if you're in a street circuit, it's very limited to a street or whatever it is. Ang hirap ilabas, then yung tao na dun sa truck, dapat walang tao. So they have to red flag it. Kasi I believe, aside from the sands that you see around, and aside from the debris, I think they have to fix the barrier right here. Yun yung isa sa mga, ayusin nila yung barrier. So, Yam, saglit. marami pang comments before we proceed with that.
All right.
Yep. Andy, gotta hand it to Williams though. The Duracell placement is just perfect. Okay. Um, ano to? Carl Calora, heartbroken to my idol Charles and Carlos Sainz. Yes, we are also heartbroken, especially when he said those words at the last, at the last red flag. So that was it. Parang may bias po ang FIA. Yes, we will discuss that later on. Hill Bautista, sir, what can you say about Sainz 5 seconds penalty? Yes, Hill, if you can stay for that, we're gonna talk about that mamayang konti because we have our own
Yes, yes.
5 cents for that
Yeah.
for those penalty. So hang on a little bit. We're gonna answer that.
Oo.
All right, Yamboy.
Alright. Sige. So, okay. So, this one is the restart. Alam natin, second itong si Max Verstappen dito for si Lewis Hamilton. So, pangit pa din ang reaction time ni Max dito. Lewis was able to go ahead with the with this reaction time niya na mabilis kagaya nung sa start. Kaya naiwan na naman niya si Max. So, here, sa first turn pa lang, kita niyo ito?
Yep.
Si Nick De Vries yan.
Yeah, I know.
Si Nick De Vries yan. This was the start of parang a bump car race of this Australian Grand Prix. Ito, kaya napunta siya dito off the track, no? And then, kahit nauna nga si Lewis Hamilton, by lap 12, hinabol na siya ni Max. And ito na nga, Max Verstappen was able to overtake Lewis. And ayan na, so Lewis Hamilton stayed second.
The power of the Red Bull.
Yeah. And after this, Alonso tried to extract some errors from Lewis Hamilton para at least naman makahabol si Alonso, pero
Pressure. Manong Alonso was giving pressure to Lewis Hamilton to make mistakes.
Yeah.
So, I think he was able to chip out less than a second. Yun yung pinakamalapit niyang ginawa. That I think, and these are really good drivers, so I guess they know. And by the way, go.
Sige. On
Go.
lap 18 ito na yung inferno ni
Yeah.
George Russell. Nasunog yung kotse niya. Ayan na. Parang jet engine na siya na parang nagkaroon ng problema din sa makina na. So, it had fire. So, dito na side, hindi tayo na red flag dito. It was only safety car.
Yeah,
for
because he was
George
just way
Russell.
out in the near the pit exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayan, si Myles, may magandang photo na at least naligpit siya ng maayos. Ayan.
Yeah.
Too bad for George. He was
Yeah, he was
having,
really running fast. Yeah, so I think it
Yeah.
would be also interesting, no, if this didn't happen. So you never know. All right.
Yeah. So after this one, eto na si Checo he started way at the back. Now he's already in the midfield, battling it out with Ocon. After Ocon, he battled with Oscar Piastri. Nakuha niya yung dalawa. And this one, between Gasly and Carlos.
Sainz.
Ang ganda ng tira ni Carlos dito. Maganda yung move niya dito. Very smooth. Kaya siguro tinawag siyang smooth operator. Jong, speaking of Carlos Sainz, wala ba words si Carlos Sainz?
Yes, all
Sige.
right. So before we proceed, before we proceed to the next topic of Yamboy, let's listen a few words from Carlos Sainz.
For me, I had always dreamed about being a Formula One Ferrari driver. The day I walked in, first day as a worker in Ferrari, it was just something that felt a bit unreal. There is a mix of pride and responsibility. You need to keep challenging everyone around you, yourself, to keep making the car and the team stronger. And I see this drive and motivation inside Ferrari right now. We all have our challenges inside the sport, and some years you have more than others, but there's always something impeding you. Probably my first years in Formula One, I was too switched on, too tense, thinking too much. You'll normally, the bad day, if it's not my fault, I'm super angry because I feel frustrated that there's something out of my control. But then the day after, it's easy. I put it behind. It's the days where you make a mistake that they stay on you for a bit longer, and it's where you need to have the capacity to analyze, to digest it, and then to put it behind. There's that guilt feeling always when you do a mistake because you are part of more than 1,000 people, creating the car, creating the masterpiece, that we get to drive every day. Even nowadays, even days that you wake up with maybe not so happy about whatever is going on in your life, I always try to remind myself that I'm a Ferrari driver driving for Ferrari in Formula One, and I've achieved my dream, and this puts me immediately back into a great mindset.
Thank you, Carlos, for that. So, the purple sector, of course, is presented by Shell Helix, and of course, powered by Shell VPower. So, thank you so much, Shell Helix and Shell VPower. So, we'll be giving out some items from Shell later on, like this toolkit. Teka, ayun, there you go. So, this is a Shell Protect, a Shell Helix toolkit. So what's inside this one? It's not a motor oil, but it's a toolkit. There we go, from Shell. We're gonna give away this one later. If you could stay tuned to the show, and we're gonna finish this one, and we're gonna talk about your questions later on. So Yamboy will proceed on this exciting race. Yam, what's next?
All right. So the race was going fine, and we see battles here and there. We see battles between Carlos Sainz right here and Pierre Gasly, and then suddenly we saw this one, Max Verstappen cutting grass kasi naiinis na daw siya, masyado nang mahaba yung Bermuda, kaya nag-lawnmower daw muna siya. Pero actually, for this one, I think the grip of his hard tires, they are giving up, no? So eto, sabi niya, I keep front locking there. So nagpa-front locking siya, kaya nandito, he was off the track right here, no? So akala natin may problema na naman, pero wala. Okay, then the race went on. We saw a showdown between Kevin Magnussen and
Lando Norris.
ang ganda
sorry.
din ang overtake ni Lando dito.
Is
Yeah.
this Hulkenberg and Norris? Tama ba?
Yes, yes.
Yes, this is Hulkenberg and Norris.
Hulkenberg and Norris, yeah. Ang ganda din ng tira ni Lando dito, kaya parang dito siguro at least ma-relax na konti si Myles dito kasi we saw the performance of McLaren dito. Myles, what can you say about the moves of, first of all, si Piastri din, di ba? He was at the back pero pinahirapan din niya si Yuki Tsunoda and si Jong Uy. So, Myles, since the official McLaren fan of the purple sector, ano yung masasabi mo dito sa performance ng Team Papaya for the Australian Grand Prix?
Ito na lang. I've got a lot of things to say regarding the performance of McLaren during the Australian Grand Prix. Okay, meron pa akong sasabihin mamaya, pero unahin muna natin to. Regarding the drive of Lando Norris against the Haas of Hulkenberg, it's really super driving from Lando Norris. Makita natin na after how many seasons in F1, he clearly is a mature driver na, diba? So, kayang-kaya. Maganda given the right car and the right track, right condition, he could easily get a podium or maybe get on top of it, diba? So, Lando Norris is one of the good drivers talaga na medyo sayang yung talent of driving not so suitable car for him, diba? So anyway, I get to may ano pa ako mamaya.
Yeah,
When
sige.
the results.
Yam, proceed.
Okay, so and then suddenly another accident. It's Kevin Magnussen who hit the wall here. Sabi niya he didn't even feel it, pero nagtaka siya kung bakit mabagal na yung kotse niya kasi wala na yung isang gulong. Ito yung itsura na. And yan, nakita natin. Ito na, lumipad na yung gulong niya dito. Ayan. So, this is the second red flag of the race. No? Ito na yung pangalawang red flag. I think this is very obvious na they have to call it because a lot of carbon fiber, a lot of debris on the racetrack. So
Yeah,
the call,
including the tire. Yeah, including the tire and the car. The car was stuck.
So anyway, this is the second red flag of the race, and then after that, here is the second start. No, the second restart of the race. We can see here, I'll zoom in, it's lap 57 of 58 na. So, sa second restart, we see here, sabi ko, patay, malamig na itong mga gulong na ito, mauuna na naman si Lewis Hamilton kay Max Verstappen. Pero, thankfully, Max was able to have his start right and was able to block Lewis, so nauna siya. Now here, nauna na siya dito. Okay, this is the start of the chaos of the second restart. No, we can see here, Gasly umuusok dito, so ibig sabihin he's locking up, and then after that, almost made contact with Mano Alonso, so para hindi, brake siya dyan, tapos turn to the left siya. Iniwasan niya si Alonso. After that, eto na dito si Sergio Perez, para hindi din niya matamaan si Gasly, iniwasan din niya, kaya napunta siya outside of the racetrack. So, Gasly and Sergio Perez was outside the racetrack. Now, balik lang natin ng ibang frame because that was about Gasly and Sergio Perez. And then, dito tingnan natin ang gulo naman ni Carlos Sainz. Okay? Here's Carlos Sainz from the inside. Then after that, ang angle ng kotse ni Carlos Sainz is towards here. Pag ganun siya, pag ganun. Pag ganyan dito. Yan ang ruta niya, no? Yan ang ruta niya. Pero syempre, nandito si Alonso eh. So ikaw, nauna pa kasi itong ilong ni Alonso, iwasan mo siya kasi kung sino yung nauna, kanya yung area na ito. So after that, yan, dito natin nakita na dire-diretso si Carlos papunta kay Alonso. Kaya pagdating dito, tumama si Alonso doon sa front left tire ni Carlos. And after that, eto na ang angulo ni Manong Alonso. Papunta na siya sa spin nito. Ayan, spin na siya. So that is the reason why he was given the 5-second penalty, because the FIA said that he might have avoided it. So sana na-avoid daw niya yun, or pwede daw niyang ma-avoid yung contact nila with Manong Alonso, pero hindi nangyari. That's why he was given the 5-second penalty. So, frame by frame, galing siya dito, dire-diretso siya doon. Talaga parang tinarget talaga si Alonso here. So, he could have avoided the contact, pero hindi niya na-avoid. Kaya he was given the 5-second penalty. Now, at this angle, there were two simultaneous things that happened here. No, we see here Carlos and Alonso, and here at the back, we also see here the contact between Sargent and De Vries. So halos magkasabay yan. Pag sayaw ni Alonso, ayun, sumayaw na din si De Vries.
De Vries, yeah.
So, yeah, DNF for both De Vries and Sargent right here kasi dire-diretso sila dito sa sand. We see here Sergio Perez going off-road. We see here Gasly, parang na-golf car lang. We see the angle of Alonso's car. He's already perpendicular with the racetrack. And then after this, ayan na, nag-spin na siya. Yung dalawa dun, dire-diretso na dito. Gasly, he is starting to join the pack right here. Yan, nakita natin, nakalusot na siya. Yan, okay na. Nagkaroon pa ng konting contact between Kevin Magnussen and Lando Norris here, pero buti
Hulkenberg
and
yeah.
Lando Norris na naagapan pa nila dito. Pero dito, itong dalawang Alpine, ang ganda na sana ng linya nila. Pero medyo kahaman kasi itong si Ocon eh. Maganda na sana. Ayan o, alam niya nandyan yung teammate niya. Masikip pa. He tried to overtake. Tapos ikaw naman, Gasly, syempre mataas pa yung adrenaline mo from what happened earlier. So, dahan-dahan din siyang pumasok. Hindi naman siya dumiretso na turn right ka agad. Dahan-dahan siya, gradually. Ayan na o, hanggang pagdating sa unahan, they made contact dito. They made contact and eventually both Alpine, they were out of the race. And another red flag. Of the race.
Yeah.
So that's the blow by blow. Si Hill. So Hill, all I can say Hill is the 5-second penalty, it was served correctly or it was served right kasi pati ang team mismo, si Ferrari, ang Ferrari team and the engineer said, Carlos, it was really very clear. So klaro-klaro dun sa angle na yun. That's why he was served the 5-second penalty. Kayo, ikaw, Jong, Ano sa tingin mo ang
Yeah, aside from what FIA said that by the way, Andy pala commented is justified. So this is my take. Aside from what FIA said that that incident could have been avoided. So number one, number two, nauna kasi sa racing line si Alonso. So the reason why that you took a hit kay Alonso because you were trying to squeeze the car inside the racing line that is more or less owned by Alonso already. So, yun yung 5-second penalty na yun. Then, aside from that 5-second penalty, it could have been a what do you call this? Kung hindi lang nagbanggaan yung dalawang Alpine, I think mas maganda pa yung result ni Sainz. Then Alonso would remain at the back for sure kung hindi nag-restart. So and siyempre, one lap sasabihan siya may 5 second ka, then maybe he could have speed up, but I'm not sure if the number of corners before the checkered flag is enough for him to gain that gap 5 second na drop din siya eventually to 12, tama ba? He was in back to 12. Oh, right. So yun. So aside from he can avoid it kasi yun naman talaga yung racing line, nauna din yung kotse ni Alonso sa racing line. So which means the racing line or that corner, the exit is owned by Alonso. So, sumobra talaga ng konti si Sainz. So, that's my take. Myles?
Miles?
Well, ako naman, to justify, FIA justified it well. Okay. Kung actually meron akong, to the exact words yung, let me read it.
Yeah.
Let me get my phone, okay. Car 14, which was Alonso, ito na lang Alonso was significantly ahead of Carlos Sainz at the first corner, and nevertheless, Carlos Sainz drove into Fernando Alonso, causing it to spin and leave the track. Yun yung sabi sa actual statement ng document ng FIA. For avoidance of doubt, we took into account the fact that this collision took place at the first lap of the restart, when by convention, the stewards would typically take a more lenient view of incidents. Usually kasi pag first lap incidents, babanggaan, di masyado sila stricto. However, in this particular case, notwithstanding the fact that it was the equivalent of a first lap incident, dahil restart nga, dahil sa red flag ni K-Mag, the FIA considered that there was sufficient gap for Carlos Sainz or car 55 to take steps to avoid the collision but failed to do so. Nakikita naman natin sa pictures ng present ni Yamboy, di ba? So yun na nga, ulitin ko lang, Carlos Sainz could have avoided the situation. Pero meron akong but. Okay? Meron akong but. Di ba? Una, it's a first lap incident. Hindi dapat ganun ka-stricto ang nangyari. Kasi kung tutuusin, not only did Carlos Sainz pummeled into Fernando Alonso, but what also happened to Logan Sargent, he also pummeled into the back of Nick De Vries. Pero bakit walang penalty si Logan Sargent? And sino pa ba ang mga merong penalty na inararo? Oh, about Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly, inararo rin niya si Esteban Ocon. So, bakit wala? Bakit Carlos Sainz lang? And if we could also see the restart, di ba? So, one lap na lang. Lap 58 of 58, red flag again because of the two Alpines. Di ba? Ngayon, medyo grabe na ang diskusyon and kuro-kuro kung ano ba ang starting order of the red flag. Di ba? But the FIA decided na parang yung second red flag which was caused by K-Mag, parang hindi nangyari yun. So remain tayo sa lahat ng in order. So why would he be given a penalty knowing that hindi nangyari yung lap na yun, 'di ba? Parang if you catch my drift, 'di ba? No pun intended, but 'di ba? Walang lap na nangyari kasi remain tayo sa dating in order, 'di ba? So yun lang akin Pero if I was right, meron lang medyo may mga loopholes on my own opinion, diba? So, okay, Jong, let's go to the comment section.
Yeah,
Tingnan natin.
Tifosi Brothers right here. Fair penalty, but unfortunately, Sainz can't do anything to gain the 5-second gap in a formation lap race. Yeah, definitely. Again, this was not a formation lap race kung hindi nagbanggaan or nag-red flag ulit, nagbanggaan dahil dun sa dalawang car. I think may chance siguro ng konti, pero hindi siguro 12. I think he had a better position, hindi 12. Maybe 10, maybe 9. So depende. Kasi pagkakalam ko, there were two laps to go before nangyari yun. Before nagbanggaan si Carlos and Alonso, and before the two Alpines crashed that caused the third red flag. So yun. Yep. Yam?
Okay.
Okay.
So let's continue. Since ito nga nangyari sa dalawang Alpine, nagkaroon na naman ng red flag. And then we saw kanina the second red flag when they restarted it, it's 57 on 58. So lap 57, that is the second to the last lap.
Second to the last lap. Yeah.
Tama ka, may dalawang lap remaining. So after this fiasco, they red flagged it, and another red flag na naman. So here, let me explain para doon sa grid formation nila ulit kung bakit
nagkaganon. Yeah.
For the third and final restart of the race, the FIA decided that the order will be taken at the last point at which it was possible to determine the position of all cars. So, since the last point wherein they can determine the position of the cars was the second restart, because lap 57 wasn't fully completed before racing was called off with the red flag. There was no official race order. So yun ang decision nila kung bakit nangyari yung they rearrange again the cars according to the grid position of the second restart. So doon. And since is lap 58 of 58 na, so tama si Tifosi Bros, ano yun Jong? Formation lap na lang ang mangyayari.
Yeah. Kasi
with the safety car.
Doon siya sinabihan na you have 5-second penalty because of the incident.
Dito.
Yeah.
We see here the reaction of Carlos when Sainz was handed the 5-second penalty and his engineer was talking to him on the radio. Yeah, ayan, talagang ano talaga. He was really sad. I feel for this guy.
Yeah.
Kasi nga masyadong harsh na, tama. Masyadong harsh. It was justified, pero it was harsh for him kasi alam niya formation lap na lang yung mangyayari under the safety car, and he cannot, hindi ka pwede mag-overtake, no overtaking. So ang gagawin ngayon ng mga kotse behind him will more or less stick to him pa para at least tumaas pa yung position nung cars behind him, kasi alam nila may 5-second penalty nga si Carlos Sainz. So Carlos, better luck next time. It's just race 3 of the season, so there are a lot of things na pwede pang mangyari. We see ngayon, first two races, kulelat yung Mercedes pero biglang gumanda ang performance nila. So, marami pa. And, of course, Williams and Haas was also showing a good sign of improvement sa kanilang mga cars. So,
Yeah.
marami pang pwedeng mangyari. Masyado pa tayong maaga.
Okay.
Now, we see here, okay, ito Jong, last na lang. We see here na talagang bumuelo pa si Carlos dito kaya may spark pa dyan. Bumuelo pa siya para at least makuha pa niya yung kahit ilang seconds lang pero he dropped to P12 na.
Yeah.
Yan.
All right. Adrian Chad Rodriguez, announcement was a bit early siguro. Much better if after the race na. Actually, I think makes sense, but I think isa din to sa mga reklamo na na ginawa ni Alonso na where I think was that Saudi Arabia where he also commented that he was already celebrating on the podium and the FIA has not yet made any announcement, so parang ganun kung anong na hindi siya hindi siya karapat-dapat na sa podium. Then he was saying that ang bagal ng FIA. So tas ngayon I think this was sort of an improvement for the FIA for them to know that before the checkered flag or maybe right after the checkered flag, the announcement should be made immediately, something like that. So I guess they were just trying to, to deal with each and every issue kung ano talagang dapat gawin, sabihin ba before or after the race. So, ito, replying to Chad, maybe the stewards are trying to steer away from restoring post-race penalties. Yeah, possible, but I think I was the one who posted this one where from Formula1.com they posted provisional top 10. So which means when they said provisional top 10, hindi pa sigurado yung top 10 na yun, which means provisional, it's unofficial announcement. So I think they were still doing a lot of investigations behind on how to and I believe the FIA are not only there in Australia GP, nandun din yata sila sa headquarters sila watching the race, discussing thoroughly. Maybe someone is looking at the Bible, looking at the F1 Bible, whatever it is, the rules and something like that. So the FIA is really onto it. So I guess they just wanted to get it out immediately. All right. May dagdag, Myles? Anybody?
Okay. Tulad na sabi mo, Jong, parang talking about penalties to be handed out by the FIA, di ba? Parang maging FIA ngayon panahon na to. Kasi kung matagal ang desisyon ninyo, papagalitan kayo. Kung mabilis naman, sabihin naman, pinag-isipan nyo ba to? Diba?
Oo.
So, technically, you cannot please everyone, di ba? Meron talagang, may certain quarters, may certain parties na talagang masasagasaan sa iyong decision making. It all boils into your interpretation, parang legal It's how you interpret the rules and regulations, the sporting code by the FIA. Actually, sila yung gumawa ng batas, sila rin yung paano i-interpret.
Yeah.
At saka yung mga teams naman, parang mga attorney to in the legal battle 'di ba? Parang pwede silang mag-cite ng mga previous precedents, 'di ba? Kung ano yung mga nangyari before na pinaboran ng FIA. Bakit ngayon ba't hindi naman pinaboran? So, yun na nga. And also sa sporting regulations ng FIA in their code, marami kasing gray areas na hopefully they're going to iron it out kasi somehow eventually naaayos naman nila. Just like yung nangyari in the recent races, yung outside the box, di ba? Yung lumampas lang,
Yeah, I
penalty
think
si Teban at si Manong Fernando, di ba? So somehow, yun na nga, we saw some improvements in the Australian Grand Prix, di ba? Medyo nilakihan nila. Kasi malaki yung sasakyan eh. But anyway, handing out penalties, yun na lang, dagdag ko na lang din. Dagdag ako sa ano, kasi may 2 penalty points ng nadagdag sa racing license ni Carlos Sainz on top of the 5 seconds. So, 'di ba? Ilan na sila yung may mga race penalties, 'di ba? May ilang points na sila. And buti na lang the FIA again, FIA na naman topic natin. Buti na lang kasi Pierre Gasly, if you all know, is just one race point
Penalty.
na lang, penalty point, one race penalty point away from a race ban, 'di ba? So, yun na nga, kinakabahan yung mga Pierre Gasly fans, the French and the team, the Alpine, yung sa nangyari sa kanila ni Esteban Ocon, yung nangyari nilang collision. So, most probably, baka patawan siya ng FIA ng 1 penalty point, which, yun na nga, would result to a race ban for him. But, fortunately for Pierre and Alpine, walang binigay na penalty point sa kanya ang FIA. So, racing goes on for Pierre Gasly.
yeah. All right. Yam.
Okay. So, to finish it off, we have here our results. Max Verstappen, winner for the Australian Grand Prix. We have Lewis Hamilton on second, Fernando Alonso third, Lance Stroll fourth, Perez, Norris, Hulkenberg, Piastri, Joe, and Tsunoda. Congratulations, Norris and Piastri, for making it to the top 10. At least McLaren will not be at the bottom of the list sa constructors. At least sana ba sila, Miles? Number 7, number 6.
No comment ako muna sa results nila.
And then,
give it a time. I'll give my 5 cents opinion.
All right.
Drivers points. Drivers points. We have Max Verstappen 69, followed by Perez 54, Alonso 45, Hamilton 38, Carlos Sainz 20, Stroll 20, Russell 18, Norris 8, Hulkenberg 6, and tie with Leclerc at 6. All right. And then here's one pala. May isa pang pahabol ang F1 fans na bakit si Max lumampas doon sa grid box. Okay, let's see here. Yan. Sabi nila, uy, parang lumampas si Max. Napakan niya. Explanation dito kung bakit hindi siya na penalty is Verstappen's tires were on the line, but many felt the position of his car gave him an unfair advantage over his rivals, with some members of F1 Twitter even claiming he was out of the grid box. So, sabi ni David Croft, seeing this angle right here, Max wasn't outside the grid box. His tires were making contact with the white line. If you are over the line, then it's a penalty. But if you are touching it, so walang penalty. And here is the Article 48.1 of the FIA Sporting Regulations. Penalties can be handed to a driver should they have any part of the contact patch of its front tires outside of the lines at the time of the start signal. So this one, he is at the exact limit. He was not over the limit, so no penalties for Max Verstappen on this race. And our next race will be
Azerbaijan.
ang layo pa.
Layo pa.
April 28 and 28,
Tamang-tama.
29, 30. 7 o'clock in the evening, Philippine Standard Time.
Yeah.
Expect the unexpected na naman tayo dito.
It's a
Kasi
street
it's
circuit.
another
Yeah.
circuit and the famous Hamilton Straight. Alala ko yun,
Yeah.
2021, the Hamilton Straight.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for the analysis for tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And,
The
of
Tifosi
course,
brothers.
the-
Yeah. Manong Alonso was the most consistent driver so far. Yes, very consistent. 3 podiums
Yes.
in 3rd place in 3 races. And he was asked that mangarap daw din siya ng 2nd place. Yeah, he was asked by David Coulthard so on the post-race interview. So he said that, I want to go up 2nd place maybe. So, yeah. Alexander Raybao. Nothing against Alonso. You can't blame sides to get that racing line where it's clear na nauna sa Alonso. They're all competitive. Yep, you're correct. During that time, saying that Sainz could have avoided it, just like telling basketball player not to block his opponent's shot very quickly. Yes, correct. Yeah. Actually, they're driving a Formula 1 car. So it's not easy to, to anticipate. So hindi basta-basta. Basketball pa siguro, pwede ka pang makaiwas, but yung Formula 1 car na it's running 150 kilometers on that corner, so avoiding is, ewan ko, mahirap talaga. So I think it's not that easy. Kundi sana na-cancel Chinese GP. Yes, hindi natin mag-wait ng 3 weeks. Yep, correct. Hoping Checo will dominate in Baku. Yes, so it's a straight circuit. So definitely Checo, that is his baluarte. Yung mga street racing circuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Dave, hoping din kami.
Yes.
Or ako. Na Checo
Thank
will
you, Alex.
dominate. Alex Ray. Okay.
Yam,
Oh,
meron lang akong gusto ipakita. Anong standing ni Valtteri Bottas? Kasi we seldom get to talk about Alfa Romeo eh.
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo, anong standing nila sa Australian Mayhem? Mayhem Grand Prix pala.
hindi wala. I was not able to take the 15
Anong final score? Anong final standing ni
11
sa
below.
slide mo? Did they
Walang
make it in the
Valtteri
points?
Bottas na.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Walang Valtteri Bottas.
Valtteri Bottas finished the race, di ba? He avoided all the chaos and the mayhem, and he was one lucky guy. And I have this slide, okay? Makikita natin sa picture, di ba? That's Sergio Perez in front of him. This is the camera of Valtteri Bottas on his Alfa Romeo. And the guys on the right side of the picture are the Alpines, di ba, of Teban and Pierre. If you can see, ang gulong na ito ni Pierre Gasly na nasa track na, di ba? Sa takbo ng speed ni Bottas, kung hindi niya actually muntika na niyang tinamaan tong gulong ni Pierre Gasly. Kung ito tinamaan niya, malamang out of the race rin siya, di ba? But luckily for him, he survived this close call with Pierre Gasly's tire and finished the race without anything, walang tatsa sa kanya. At least, kompleto pa kanyang sasakyan. So, kudos for Alfa Romeo and kudos for the engine for not giving up. Well, hope to see more Alfa Romeo action. Good actions in Baku Street Circuit, di ba? Yun lang aking makontribute sa Alfa Romeo.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yam.
May comments pa, Jong?
Yeah, wala na. Replying to Adrian, enjoy the heat ng Pinas muna. Adrian siya na. Yeah.
Okay, Jong, meron akong
Yeah,
meron
go.
akong tanong.
Yeah,
Meron akong
go.
tanong. Okay. all of us saw the performance of both Mercedes cars in Melbourne a few days ago, di ba? Last weekend. Can you say, ikaw Jong, masasabi mo ba na bumalik na ang Mercedes?
For me, is the reaction of Lewis Hamilton. So, medyo iba yung kanyang reaction sa car. Okay, marami siyang sat-sat yata sa during qualifying, something na but I think he was happy enough to say na tipong Alonso was not able to get near them more or less. So these are two drivers, and we saw what happened on the other two races where nag-dominate si Alonso. But this time, mukhang hindi siya nakahabol. So I think there's an improvement, but malayong-malayo pa sa Red Bull. Yun lang yung masabi ko.
Ito na lang. Ito Jong, meron akong this is my take, this is my opinion. Okay. Mercedes is not based on Australian Grand Prix results. Hindi ko masasabing nag-improve ang Mercedes. Masasabi ko bumaba ang standards ng Red Bull for this race, di ba? If we all know, based on history, ang Melbourne Albert Park, hindi magaling ang Red Bull dito di ba? Nahihirapan ang Red Bull dito. And this is the first
win.
First time nanalo si Max Verstappen dito sa Albert Park, di ba? So, hindi talaga nila forte ang Melbourne, the Australian Grand Prix. So, parang nahihirapan ang Red Bull dito. Kaya na makikita natin na nag-improve somehow ang Mercedes is because bumagal ang Red Bull, di ba? Kung makikita mo, Sergio Perez did well. Starting from the back, he ended up nearly on the podium, finish, di ba? But may times na nahihirapan siyang mag-overtake, di ba? And one of them was Lando Norris.
Oscar
Piastri. Mention. Oscar Piastri also, and medyo natagalan sa kay Lando Norris. Nahirapan siya. Okay, yun yung that's what we heard from the pundits. But on my opinion ko lang, that was middle part of the race All of them were running hards, and hindi pa nila alam kung tatagal ba yung hards for the entire race. Kasi wala na silang, ang plano nila, ang strategy nila lahat is walang pit diba? So,
yeah.
Ang ginawa ni Sergio Perez noon when battling out with Lando Norris, parang, total makukuha ko to siya in the later part of the race. I'll just keep him close to me, pero while conserving my tires, di ba? Kasi sayang rin yung opportunity for me to finish on podium Magaling sana yung pace ko. I know my pace is better than the rest of the team, rest of the pack. But I need to conserve my tires, di ba? Hard tires to Hindi rin natin alam gaano katagal, kung tatagal ba to. But anyway, yun na nga. Balik tayo sa performance ng Mercedes. Makikita natin medyo somehow they stepped up. Diba?
Yeah.
Sabi nila marami na silang ginawang improvements, adjustments, or any magic voodoo stuff on their cars. But it's still far from beating a Red Bull. Nagkataon lang na medyo mabagal ang Red Bull sa Albert Park, kaya mukhang medyo everyone was bunching up behind them. But still, Red Bull is still a Red Bull. Somehow, on the third race, they're still unbeatable. Yun na nga lang. And talking about McLaren, mamaya na lang yung McLaren. John, comments?
Yeah. Comments. Ayun, replying to purpose sector, Marites session. George Russell, ito yung Marites session. George Russell has gone as far as to say the Red Bull are actually holding back their own performance and bagging so FIA won't investigate. Ah, okay.
Well, actually, ganito the Red Bull, before the race, the Red Bull already had some modifications na with their front wing. So, I think yan yung problema. Yung front wing nila, hindi pa na-adjust ng tama. Kaya, they were really struggling during practice. Checo was actually out during the qualifying. So, yun. Hopefully, they would do something about it kasi Baku is next. It's fast there, maganda ang overtaking. Nice pitboard at the background sa Yamboy. Pabulog naman sir, saan pwede magpagawa. But, Tifosi Pros, DIY ko lang yan, DIY. Give me a message and I'll teach you ano yung mga materyales na ginamit sa pitboard na yan. Thank you for noticing it. Thank you. Ano ba? Price tayo. Mamigay tayo ng price?
Yep,
Jong?
yep.
Okay. Sige. Ito ang question. The first one to answer, Andy, are you listening there? Ikaw ang mag-referee ngayon.
Andy, are you there?
Yeah.
You help
The
us?
first one to answer my question. Okay?
Yeah. Yam, teka.
Okay. First
Yam.
one to answer.
Teka. Yam, i-text mo na lang sa akin yung question mo para i-ano ko.
Sige.
I-ano ko to, i-post ko
Pwede.
dito. Yeah. Okay, guys, so right now we're giving out, while waiting for Yamboy, we're giving out a Shell Helix gray polo shirt. So, wherever you are in the Philippines, we're going to mail
Free
this to
shipping.
you. Yeah, we're gonna mail this to you. This is the first prize. This is the first of the raffle, and this one, the Shell Helix toolkit. There you go. Okay. Ito.
Okay,
so-
habang pinag-uusapan, habang
Yun.
nag-text pa si Yamboy.
Teka,
Okay,
teka,
let
nag-text
me
na
talk
siya.
about McLaren.
Sige, go ka, McLaren.
Oh, go. Tapusin ko na to. Okay, congratulations. Ito na lang. Sa hindi nakakalam, I am, and I will still be a McLaren fan. I was a McLaren fan. Matagal na. Hindi ko sabihin kung kailan nagsimula, baka mabisto edad ko. And anyway, McLaren, congratulations kay Oka at kay Lando for finally getting some points on the home Grand Prix of Oscar Piastri. But yun na nga, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, are their cars good enough? Lando plays 6, di ba? He plays 6, good points, but doesn't translate into Lando having the 6th fastest car. Diba?
Okay.
He only plays 6 because ilan na yung sasakyan na DNF. Diba? So kung hindi pa na DNF yun, hindi siya abot sa 6. Totoo yun. Diba? If Charles, George, the two Alpines weren't out, I guess hindi siya abot ng ano. Ilan na yun? Charles, 2 Alpine, 'di ba? George, so 4 na 'yun. So hindi talaga siya, yeah. It's purely they got the points not out of merit, 'di ba? Okay, they got it out of, sabihin na natin, luck. But anyway, points are points, 'di ba? Good 'yun. Pero hopefully, kaya sabi kanina, the next race would be in Baku, 'di ba? So, and they said, may press release na sila na nag-tour na si Oka at si Lando sa wind tunnel, bagong wind tunnel ni Zach. So hopefully they get new stuff coming. They got 3 weeks for their car in Baku, and it's a street circuit. Hopefully they could advance from the back to the midfield, and hopefully on top of the midfield. So tulad ng sabi nila last year, next year tayo babawi, 'di ba? So at least masabi ulit nila ngayon na next year tayo babawi, 'di ba? Hopefully magkatotoo naman 'yun, being a McLaren fan.
Yan na yung question.
Sorry.
Saglit. Yeah,
O,
saglit.
saglit daw.
Okay. Anyway,
Miles,
Wala
yeah.
pa mga...
Yes.
Miles, before we're gonna go for the question, um, basahin mo nga ng group chat.
Sige.
Okay. So, for me, speaking of McLaren, Miles, paki-correct na lang. Speaking of McLaren for me is that I think they still have a chance. Okay, they still have a chance. And I remember, siguro pagtapos ng Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, ang daming, after Saudi Grand Prix, naubos yung sponsor daw nila. Kawawa naman, no? Grabe. Alright, here we go. Are we gonna do this?
Okay. Sige, Jong.
Miles,
Sige, Jong. Go, go.
tamang question?
Wait. Yeah. That would be good. That would be good.
Okay, the answer, it's correct.
Answer sheets.
Last world.
Okay.
Ano ko na ha?
Okay.
I-type ko muna.
Question natin. Type mo na.
Alright, here we go. After that, I'm gonna type the question. So,
Okay. Saan mo, Jong, saan mo muna po-post
Ito na
yung
nga.
question?
I'm gonna say
Saan?
it and I'm gonna post it in the comments.
Okay. Akala ko po-post mo separate
Teka.
sa The Purple Sector. Anyway,
Ano man?
The Purple Sector, tong show natin na to is, meron tayong Facebook page, the same name, The Purple Sector. Just search for it. You'll see news, reviews, memes ng F1. Po-post kami doon. Kung meron kayong tanong, pwede kayong mag-post doon. Sasagutin natin or sasagutin ng mga kapwa natin, fellow F1 fanatics. And also, if you got some F1 goodies that you would like to sell, you could post it there for everyone to see. So, medyo every week dumadami yung ating mga page followers. So, thank you for that. And Jong, ready na ba ang question
Yep.
mo?
Okay.
Dali. Si Andy, nakikigulo dito. sa... Alright, so
Alright,
guys,
before we
I'm
die.
gonna, so that's my question, right? Miles, confirm? Okay. So guys,
I already
this...
sent you the, Jong, I already sent you the,
Yeah. But the question is right. Diba? Tama?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So you gotta win a polo shirt from Shell Advance. There we go. This is our question now. Sana ba yun? Ayun. Who is the last McLaren driver champion? Type your answers now. You get to
First
win
one to answer.
Basta,
the Shell
clue.
Advance polo shirt. If you're here.
Clue.
Huwag ka na mag-clue. Yun!
Yun! Adrian Chad Rodriguez! Yeah. Adrian Chad Rodriguez, you won? Yes, Lewis Hamilton. There you go.
Lewis
Mika,
That was in
yes,
2000.
that's my favorite driver,
Second.
Mika Hakkinen.
Yes.
We have a winner. So Adrian, thank you so much for joining.
2008 pa yun.
2008,
pa
Lewis
yun.
Hamilton is the 2008 McLaren champion. So 2008 pa po sila walang driver champion. So yun.
Yes.
Okay.
Kaya nga kung ang Tifosis naiiyak dahil matagal na silang walang world champion, paano na lang kaming McLaren? Mas matagal.
Yeah.
Mas matagal kaming walang world champion. Kaya sige lang, tiis lang. Tulad ng sabi nila, maybe next year.
Sige. So, Adrian Chad Rodriguez, kindly PM us your address.
Congratulations.
We're gonna send this. May office ba kami bukas? Tomorrow? We're gonna send it tomorrow to your address wherever you are in the Philippines. So now,
Nationwide yan, papadala namin sa inyo. No problem.
yes, wherever you are, we're gonna send it to you. Thank you so much. Our last question for tonight.
Jong,
Yes.
bigyan
O
mo
hindi
pa
na
kasi-
kasali si Chad ha.
Gonna
Chad,
give
hindi
this.
ka nakasali dito ha.
Sino Chad?
Pakapin
Hindi
natin
si
yung
Adrian.
iba.
Yeah.
Ito si Adrian, Chad.
We're gonna send this to you.
Pagbigyan natin ito.
Alright. Question number
Jong,
2. Ha?
walang pakapin.
Anong pakapin?
Ikaw, baka may pakapin ka para sa mga winners natin ngayon.
Marami. Meron pa.
Actually, guys, okay, Jong, while you're typing it.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, we're going to be doing this somehow regularly every time na may show po tayo. We'll try to spice things up by giving trivia questions, and answers would be rewarded with goodies from our friends from Shell Helix and Shell VPower. Sorry po, hindi po kami pwedeng makabigay ng libreng VPower kasi hindi po pwedeng i-ship ang VPower sa inyo. So,
Yes.
yun na nga. Mahirap i-ship ang VPower. Wala pong ano. Okay, Jong, ready na?
Okay, next
Okay.
question.
Next question. Last question for the night. Here we go. Aha. Sana yun?
Sana yun? Yan.
Ayun. Question number 2.
Question number 2.
Who is the last Ferrari driver champion? Here we go.
Ako! Answer!
Answer, mention
Kimi.
it in the comments now. You get this one. Sinong una
Schumacher.
lalabas? Tifosi Brothers said
Schumacher.
Skimi. Is it
Kimi.
correct? Raikkonen.
Yeah.
Meron pa ba?
Tama. Tifosi first.
Ayun. Definitely you're a Tifosi.
Yeah.
Ayun. Mark
Tifosi
name.
first,
Yes.
obviously.
You guys are correct.
Kimi Raikkonen.
So it's Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman. Got it.
Alright.
Anong taon daw?
Congratulations.
Anong taon?
Nice, guys.
Anong taon?
Year?
Anong taon daw? May bonus.
Oh,
Yan.
anong taon?
May
Alam natin,
bonus.
dalawa lang yung
Okay, we're
pera.
gonna give this one. Sino
anong
makasabi? Anong year si Kimi last
Kimi
nag-champion? Baka pwede pitboard na lang.
Pwede picture na lang po.
Soon. 2007! Alright!
Correct!
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 Okay! Kuha ni Tifosi bro.
Ben Salazar. Yes, 2007. Tama po. Nauna lang si Tifosi Brothers. Alright, guys.
Okay.
It was fun. Next after Azerbaijan Grand Prix, we're gonna give more. Siguro mga 3 per answer, no? Gawin natin because we have a lot of stuff from Shell right here. Thank you so much. May nagsabi kanina, gasoline. Okay, we're still waiting for the Shell VPower. So it's a coupon. Padak tickets. Sana.
Padak
Soon. We're still waiting for what would Shell Helix give us. So we're gonna do that here. So we're gonna keep on bringing up the game, and of course, getting to know more about F1 trivia and memorabilia. So gawin natin yun. Alright?
Ito na lang, Jong.
Yeah,
Ito
go.
na lang, Jong. Bigyan ko na lang. Sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, okay? Keep on watching the Purple Sector. Keep on sharing. Keep on commenting. Malay mo, masiyahan si Shell at magpapa-award ng libreng trip sa Singapore, di ba? With free paddock pass. May VIP pa sa Shell.
VIP
Ito, di ba?
Village.
VIP Village.
Hopefully.
Ito.
Oy, Myles.
Walang
Discounted na yung
not to be-
McLaren goodies, Sir Myles.
ito na lang. Ito na lang. Not to give, just to give some hope, di ba? Shell has been known to be giving out special passes to their friends, di ba? During Singapore Grand Prix. So, malay mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Beke naman. Di ba?
Beke
Baka
naman.
naman, bigyan tayo nun at
Alright.
pwede nating iparaffle.
Yeah.
Iparaffle sa mga ating supporters.
Yes.
So,
We're gonna do that.
thank you.
Thank you guys for those who sent their comments. Maraming salamat. Ciao Romano. Yes. Ben Salazar. Yes. Guys, maraming salamat po. I think it is a very good night despite the 3 red flags of the races. Despite the
Five.
5 ba? Ano 5?
Hindi, nagsimula kay Checo.
Yes. 5
For the
red
weekend.
flags. during the weekend. 2 in the qualifying and 3 in the race.
Hindi, si Hulkenberg was ano.
Dara,
Hulkenberg.
pre-practice may red flag.
Pati practice. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Pre-practice may red flag, tapos Checo second, tapos
Alright.
okay.
Alright. Okay, last. Ako, okay na ako. Di makapunta Singapore. Mas important discounted McLaren cars ni Myles.
Publish na yun, ganda.
Alright.
Sir Myles, fan mo yan, fan.
Alright. Yes, we all love McLaren. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Before we go, Yam, anything to say?
Wala na, yun lang. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was really fun. The race was filled with chaos and disorder, pero at least nasiyahan naman tayo kahit
Yes.
paano. So, thank you for watching the show. I hope you learned something tonight, and if not, I hope you were entertained. And keep on watching the race, the purple sector, because marami pa kami ipamimigay sa inyo. So, thank you very much once again for joining us.
Yes. Alright, Myles. McLaren toys. Hey, audio.
Sorry. Okay. Tulad
Audio.
ng sabi ni Yamboy, maraming salamat for joining us as we discuss the mayhem in Melbourne, and hopefully we get to see once again Michael Masi in Azerbaijan para mas lalong magkakagulo ulit. And it would be entertaining for everyone. So guys, catch you on the next one.
Alright, before I'm gonna say, Alexander Raybao, F1 brings joy, definitely.
Yeah. Of course, yes. Correct.
Alright, guys, maraming salamat po sa mga lahat ng nag-join sa amin tonight. Thank you so much. We had fun despite the 5 red flags last weekend. And okay, a lot of heartbreaks, but it was fun. And it was also fun being with you guys, the real F1 fans. So maraming salamat. Tell your friends about us. We're gonna be here after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That's gonna be on a Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be on May 2. Tama? Yeah, that's gonna be on a May 2. So we're gonna be back. We're gonna have a short break. Then we're gonna see you on May 2. Okay, guys? Maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Helix. Thank you so much for helping us. And more to come. We'll see you after Azerbaijan Grand Prix. See you guys. Good night. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Down to